talk about breathing a little bit, but not too much. Breathing, like I said, you could have a whole day class on breathing and how it's used and the different styles. And so breathing is a really, really big and complicated topic, but we'll talk about it a little bit in that there's many different styles of breathing, and they support different kinds of practices. For this class today, for the things that we're going to do today, just breathe naturally. Don't think about it too hard. Just breathe naturally, but try to breathe through the nose. Breathe softly. Generally, if you can hear your breath, you're breathing too hard. That's a kind of a general rule for this stuff. And when you inhale, try to expand your dantian. Another quote for you. Use the shin to transport qi. The shin must be sunk steady and calm, then the qi can condense into the bones. Notice here we get, again, through the ages, we have this connection between these Qi Gong practices and something to do with our bones. Circulate the qi throughout the body. It must be smooth and fluid, then it can easily follow the mind. What's he saying? He's saying there's some kind of connection between the qi that you're manipulating and working with in your body and an active process from your mind. It's not a passive process. It's an active process. Which leads us directly into what we call the Wu Shen, or the 5 spirits. We believe that your non-physical life, the part of you that exists and kind of works day to day, is kind of governed by some of 5 of your internal organs. Each of these 5 organs is very important in Chinese medicine. They're not the same as your Western medicine organs. They're kind of particular to our medicine, but they share the same name. Shen, Zhi, Yi, Ho, and Hun are the names of the 5 spirits. The Shen is the spirit of the heart, and it governs what we call the PSEs, the psychological, spiritual, and emotional parts of your existence. That's your Shen. Then there's the spirit of the kidney, which is Zhi. Zhi is like willpower. Yi is the spirit of the spleen, and that's particularly important for our practice in Qi Gong. Yi is something like intention, thinking, processing. It's the part of your brain that's working to figure out like problem solving and stuff like that. Po is the spirit of the lung, and that's your corporeal body. That's the part of your physicality that when you die becomes worm food. And then the Hun, which is the spirit of the liver, is your ethereal body. And that's the part of you that sort of lives on after your physical body dies. And that's how we think about all that internal stuff inside the body, are these Wu Shen, or these 5 spirits. Shen and Yi have an important connection. Now remember, Shen is that psychological, spiritual, emotional stuff, and Yi is our intention, and they work together. You can also think of Shen as mind's eye. That's the part where we say we're looking inside. When we talk about visualizing something on the inside, that's your Shen. That's the spirit of the Shen is doing that. And we use it to visualize certain activities. For instance, in Minor Universal, we envision that there is this ball of heat energy circulating in our dantian. It's our Shen that facilitates that allows us to see that. Like when I look at the ball inside, look at the ball of qi inside the dantian, it's the Shen that allows that. So we'll be drawing heavily on that today. Yi is the spirit of the spleen. Yi is concerned with thinking and processing. It's your intention. We say that Yi leads Qi. So if you want your Qi to go somewhere, you got to have your Yi kind of got to go there first. Got to pull it along. What's the difference between Tai Chi and Qi Gong? Well, maybe it's just semantics. I don't know. Maybe there is none. But we do say that Tai Chi has movement on the outside and stillness on the inside. And Qi Gong, we say, is still on the outside and moving on the inside. And again, it's a prelude again that Qi Gong is not just you zoning out and becoming one with the universe. It's an active mental process. There's things that you're doing with your mind when you do Qi Gong. But when they look at you doing Qi Gong, for the most part, it doesn't look like you're doing anything. You're just kind of sitting there with your eyes closed. It looks like you're sleeping. But you're not. You're actually working with a combination of your Shen, your Yi, and your Qi are actively happening inside. And then that brings us to what is the difference between meditation and Qi Gong? Well, maybe it's semantics. Maybe there isn't one. But I feel like in some styles of meditation, the intention is to sort of become one with the cosmos, and you become very, very passive. You sort of fill up space, but you're not doing anything, and that can't be Qi Gong. Our arms. I could probably have Kaisa lead this. You know all these, right? Yeah. And change direction. And relax. Bring your hands together and lock your fingers. And we're going to do our wrist rotations. Change direction. Fantastic. Now make sure your feet are about shoulder width apart, and we're going to do the hokey pokey, the hip rotation. And change direction. And finally, we're going to stop, put your feet together, put your hands on your thighs, bend your knees a little bit, and we're going to do our knees and ankles at the same time. And change direction. Great, and relax. Questions so far? Everybody's doing okay? This is a friend of mine, Moses, came in here last year and taught us a great class on Qi Gong. Some of you guys were there, right? Annie was there. Who else was there? A couple of you guys were there. All right, so you go ahead and relax again for a minute. Let's talk about what we're supposed to be feeling during Qi Gong. All right? What are we looking to feel? So who has an idea maybe of what Qi feels like, either because you've done Qi Gong before, or maybe you've had acupuncture or some other thing? What does Qi feel like in your body? How do you experience Qi? Tingling. Could be tingling. Could also be a part of your body when you sleep. What else?
Energetic.
Could be what?
Energetic.
But what does that feel like?
Strength.
Feel stronger?
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Calmer, maybe.
Maybe. Could be calmer. Anyone else have an idea? Warmth and heat, yeah, absolutely. Okay. And what do you think are the feelings that are probably you can experience it, but that you don't want to experience during Qi Gong? Pain? Could be. Pain's got more than one way we could describe it. One type of pain is sharp, stabbing, uncomfortable, like irritating. That's not good. If you feel that during Qi Gong practice, definitely stop. But another kind of pain can be described as dull, diffuse, or achy. And that actually is that is what you want to experience during Qi Gong. Something heavy, achy, that's kind of a really ideal. So heavy, warm, distending, electric, moving, deep, achy, or connected, those are very commonly what people describe. That's desirable. That's what you want to experience. Sharp, cold, something unpleasant, painful, sharp pain, these are what you don't want to experience. You may also, like in today's Qi Gong that we're going to do, one of them is just us standing, basically. And it can be tiring when you first start out. And there can come a point when you're trying to practice it where the pain or the uncomfortable sensation is so significant that you're not really focusing on the cultivation practice anymore, and that's your body saying, all right, we've had enough today, time to go on and do something else.